Hi, I'm Renee Smith.
And I'm Tammy Fellers. We're math consultants at ESDAC in Hutchinson, Kansas.
Today we're going to talk about a deck that involves money. We had a lot of teachers that have asked us to produce coins because their children in their classrooms have difficulty with that skill. So that's what we did.
So today we're going to demonstrate 3 different ways you can use the deck. There's many more than that, but these are 3 that we wanted to show you in our video.
So one of them is just as simple as a student taking a card and figuring out how much money is on that card. And if they need to use a manipulative, they can, but they wouldn't have to.
Absolutely. You know, some kids need to lay those coins on top of the other coins. Other kids can go 10, 20, 30, 40, 45. This has the value of 45 cents.
Okay, so that would be one way you could use those. Another way is to talk about who has more and who has less. So if Tammy takes a card and I take a card, and we figure out the value on our cards.
My card has 50 cents.
Mine has 41 cents. So if we check each other to make sure that we're correct.
Renee has 41 cents, I have 50 cents.
So mine is less than Tammy's.
And we can even use those inequality symbols and write that sentence.
And then a third way that they might use the deck is if I give Tammy this card and she figures up the value of what's on that card, then we would ask her to re-represent that amount using different coins. So what do you have?
I have 50 cents with 5 dimes. So I could also use 2 quarters to make 50 cents. I could use a quarter, 2 dimes and a nickel to make 50 cents. And you know, you can challenge your students. Try to do it 3 different ways, or try to do as many ways as you can, or you know, you can set it up for how you would like them, how many times you'd like them to do that, because obviously there's multiple ways to make 50 cents.
And so we would just make sure that we chose cards from the deck that had multiple opportunities for re-representation, because some of the cards at the beginning of the deck have fewer coins and smaller amounts, and some later on would be okay to use for this task. So just like with all of our decks, we encourage you to break them up into smaller chunks, to think of different ways to use them. And as always, we've included a task sheet that gives you some of those extension ideas as well as answers to those. And not that we don't think you guys can figure out how much is on the card, but that gives you a quick way to check how you want to break those sets up.
Absolutely. Using our answer key for this deck can be very powerful if you're wanting to pull all the 50-cent value cards and do an activity with those, or if you want to only pull cards that have less than 25-cent value. So that was one of the reasons we included that answer sheet for this deck, is so you could really quick group and regroup cards without having to take each card and go, okay, that's 75 cents, okay, that's 82 cents, and try to run through that when we've given you, I think it's 65 cards in this deck.
So we hope that you will check out this deck.
Thank you for joining us.